Welcome everyone to another great episode of Brutally Honest. I am your host, Stitches NBC, and I know you missed us. I know you missed me. I know you missed the show. How have you guys been? I don't know if y'all missed me more than I missed you guys. I missed us now. Today we're actually going to be talking about self-love and self-worth. I know it's like, okay, whatever. No, that's actually a main deficit in this world today as far as, those topics are concerned. But, those that are, the loyal viewers is probably watching me like, where am I? What am I doing? And the funny thing is like today on my Facebook post, I posted, I'm in a relationship, right? And as you can see where I'm at, I'm on a date. I'm on a date. I'm on a date with myself. I'm in a relationship with myself. This goes as far as when I'm saying things like, don't divorce yourself to marry somebody else. A lot of times, most of the times, we out here looking for someone to love us, for someone to care for us, for someone to give us attention, for just somebody to just be there for us, And what happens? We end up forgetting about ourselves in the process. In the process, we end up feeling lost in the process. That at the end, we don't even know who we are. Hi, mami, ¿cómo está? Bien. I'm here at Slice of New York, out here in Ponciana. ¿Cómo está, mami?
Bien,
si usted
mi
puede,
nombre es Marlene.
Hello, Madeline. Como usted puede, ¿me puede traer una agua, por favor?
¿Una agüita?
Yeah.
¿Con limón?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you. You gotta treat yourself nice, You gotta treat yourself nice. So, hey, if anybody, feels like sharing it, that'd be nice too. I would appreciate that. Let me share it to my page real quick. And should I share it to anybody else? I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out with that. So, let's see. Let's see what we got here. So today we're talking about as far as me being in a relationship myself, right? Because we're talking about ustedes tienen ala.
¿Alas?
Yeah.
Sí, tenemos alitas.
Yeah, you got buffalo sauce?
Yes.
Y hay buffalo sauce. ¿Ustedes mismos lo hacen?
Sí, nosotros mismos lo hacemos.
So it's a house signature buffalo sauce.
Everything in house.
Ok, ¿cuánto viene? ¿Como 5 o 10?
Tenemos varios size, tenemos 6, tenemos 10, tenemos 20 y 30.
Bueno, yo estoy medio gordo, pero yo no como tanto, ¿no?
Tanto.
The 6-piece.
6 piece?
You got them
Okay.
boneless?
No.
Oh, you're gonna make me work
Mix.
and make my hands dirty.
Okay. Okay, you want a 6?
Please.
You want a mayo, barbecue, daddy yankee, or garlic parmesan?
You guys tossed it all in the same, like in the same sauce, so it's complicated. Si yo quiero 3, ¿verdad? Es demasiado.
No,
¿ya?
no, tiene que ser de un solo.
Vamos a tratarlo mild.
¿Mal?
Yeah.
Okay, eso traigo.
Gracias. That's how it goes. So we're talking about, I'm in a relationship with myself. We're talking about self-love and self-worth. I don't know which one I should start with first, though. Let's start off with self-worth. We all know what that is, right? Like, what do you think of yourself? I think that's a good way to compare the two, right? Like, self-love is more how you feel about yourself, and self-worth is more of what you think about yourself. So let's start with self-worth. Why are you, and I'm actually talking to you guys, why are you struggling with self-worth? If you guys are, and if you guys have enough courage to actually admit it. We're going to talk about shame, pride, and admit a little bit later, right? But what's the main issue as far as your self-worth? Like, where did that issue originate from? Where did that come from? That's the real question, because you could talk about self-worth and we're gonna put it outwards like it's people, or people this, or my family that, and or whatever, right? Cool. But we're already adults and we're still carrying these insecurities. But yeah, like it is an insecurity, and we're still carrying these insecurities within us. We're 30, 40, 50 years old, whatever it is, and you're still carrying these wounds with you. You're sensitive to certain feedback that you get, certain criticism that you receive. You get sensitive, you get hurt, your feelings get hurt. And you guys can tell me anything you guys want. It's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. But I feel like we need to get to the root of the problem. And in order for you to get to the root of the problem, you need to have 2 things. Self-awareness, right? You need to be aware of what it is that really bothers you. Not what bothers you, but more importantly, why it bothers you. And let's get down to the root of the problem. And more than likely, it's something that probably happened in your childhood. You know, I mean, you know, it is brutally honest. I do the show live for a reason, because I want to be raw. I don't want to be filtered. I just want to give you guys what it is. Nothing edited. This is me, right? So if I'm gonna open up to you guys, like, this is things that I've struggled with, you know, both actually, not as much anymore, but definitely, man. I don't know if have you guys ever felt like you wasn't good enough? Did you guys ever felt like nothing you do was enough? Did you guys ever felt like you want to be something else or someone else? Listen, me as a teenager, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys too. Me as a teenager, I didn't even want to be myself. I actually hated myself. Like, I hated myself. I'm being real with you guys. I did not like who I was. I always wanted to be something else. I wanted to have brown hair. I wanted to have blonde hair. I wanted to have straight hair. I wanted to have long hair. I wanted to have different color eyes. I wanted to be taller, shorter, bigger, skinnier, lighter, darker. It didn't matter. It was always, I want to be this and I want to be that. Why? Because me, myself, I felt. Let's be real about that. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like whatever it is that I did wasn't enough. That's what I felt. Why did I feel like that? And man, I really want to open up to you guys and really tell you guys what it is. But it's like, it's my father, you know, it's the absentee father issue that I have, you know. And I'm not saying that my father ditched on his family. I'm not saying like my father wasn't there. I'm just saying that he wasn't there for me, you know. But it's not like I have a grudge towards my father, you know. Like, he did what he had to do. He always kept food on the table and a roof over our head. Always. We was never kicked out or evicted. Thank God. My father's a very strong and hard worker. But that was it, you know. I didn't have nobody like to take me to the park. I didn't have nobody to like teach me how to ride a bike, shoot a basketball. I didn't have anybody like that. So it was like, you know, as a young kid, you know, now that I'm older, I can see things, you know, me having my kids and everything. I see like it's not that easy, that it is an effort that you got to put forward to divide your business and your family, you know, because they could get in, you know, in the way and stuff like that. But it's like, I was empty inside. So it's like I'm over here looking or asking myself, why my dad doesn't love me? Maybe I'm not worth loving. You understand where I'm saying that? Or what I'm getting at? So it's like that doubt of who you are, of that self-worth. Am I even worthy to be loved? That's a great question. Or another one, do you even deserve to be loved? Because they go hand in hand, but those are two different. You know, me, I deserve love. Like, I'm a good dude. I don't, you know, I try to be positive and whatever. I'm not a malicious person. I don't have malicious intent. Yeah, but am I worthy of love? And it's and you ask me that, and I'm like, worthy of love, and I'm like, man, how can I feel that if I wasn't worthy enough for my dad to love me? You understand what I'm getting at? So it comes to those points. So what's the solution at that? It's very simple. It's like, obviously you gotta talk to the person. You gotta talk, and that's the most difficult thing, especially as a man. And I'm only saying that because of our ego. Men have more ego than women do, right? So it's harder for a man to admit things. It's harder for a man to be like, wow, I'm insecure. Wow, I'm selfish. I'm ignorant. Whatever it is, you know, like those negative insecurities, we have to be able to admit them, because if we don't admit them, if we're not aware of them, how can we even move forward? Understand? If we're going to be stuck on that, matter of fact, we don't even know that there is a path to move forward. We don't even know that there's something that we can do if you don't know what's wrong with you. So that's why I'm saying, like, the first step that you have to do is always the self-awareness, and admit it to yourself. Now, shame and pride. You know, a lot of times you go through your life, you know, and you self-sabotage yourself, especially if you have a lack of self-worth and self-love, and you start sabotaging yourself, and it's like you don't want to admit these things because of shame. because you're ashamed, but not ashamed of yourself really, and your pride as well. And it's like you don't want to talk about these things again. Like you have to talk about it with positive people, good people around you, right? But it's like you don't even want to talk about it because it's like now you're gonna have that fear of being judged. You're gonna feel judged, right? Now you don't even want to say anything, so you live your life like this, and it's like, why? If you feel like you can't talk to somebody because you have a fear of being judged, cool, and talk to somebody else. Try to find somebody else. You don't have nobody else or whatever, guess what? You got me. You could hit me up. I will never ever judge anybody, and anybody can attest to this. Everybody that has ever come to me has always been confidential. I've never put them on blast. I've never put anything live. I've never put it out there. And if I did, it was in a way that wouldn't target them. It was in a way to continue to help them, especially if I can't and if I don't have the answers, guess what? I'm gonna go and get them. I'm gonna go and find them. I'm gonna go and look for them. Now, as far as like, that was like self-worth, and it comes like to like self-worth and self-love. Oh man, so it's like self-love, right? So my son, he's about to be 8, right? And he's on this phase, this stage where he's always with, would you rather, and he be coming up with some crazy stuff like, would you rather have your arms cut off or your legs cut off? Would you rather swim for an hour or run for an hour? Like he's always with this, would you rather? He's on that curious phase, I would say, right? So over the weekend, he asked me this question about 3 times. And my response to him was always the same every time. He was like this, would you rather be John Cena or The Rock? And my response to that was like, I'd rather be Stitches NBC. I'd rather be myself. We didn't really calculate, he left it alone. Then he asked me again, another would you rather. Would I rather be this person or would you rather be that person?
Hello. Aparte de las alitas, ¿desea algo más?
No, mami, eso es todo.
No? Okay.
Gracias. And he's like, would you rather be this and would you rather be that? Would you rather be Will Smith? Would you rather be this and or LeBron James and all this? And would you rather be these people, right? And my response to him was always the same. No, Mike, I'd rather be myself. Look, Michael, and I was telling my son this, like, look, when you looking at other people, don't compare yourself to other people, because everybody has a different blueprint, everybody has a different path, everybody has a different journey, everybody has a different destination, and everybody has a different gift, and everybody has a different purpose. I hope we can all remember that, right? But we all are here for a reason. And what I mean by that, when we compare ourselves to other people, and it's like all we see is the glory. All we see, like let's say he likes The Rock, right, Dwayne Johnson, and he's a good person to look up to, great role model. So it's like, and you see The Rock, and you see all the success, and you see all the muscles and the money and whatever, right? And it's like that's all we see. So we compare ourselves. Oh, why I don't have this? Why do I don't have that? Well, he's waking up at 4 a.m. every day. You understand what I'm saying? He's working for that. So it's like we don't see, all we see is the success, but we don't see the progress. So why compare yourself to other people? Now, if you are going to do it in a positive and in a healthy way, as far as to be inspired by these people. Like, wow, you see this guy, wow, he wakes up at 4 a.m, 5 a.m, every day, and he does this and that. I was like, wow, I can do that too. Of course you can. We can all do that. Nobody, except for those that have been fed a silver spoon or inherited money from their family and stuff like that. Nobody that has been successful has ever been successful without hard work. And the issue with that is that we don't see the hard work. All we see them is on the weekends. We don't see them Monday through Friday. We don't see them when they're in the grind, when they're in the mud, when they're in the hustle, when they're sweating, when they're having those bad days. We don't see that. And if we really want to get on social media, because that's what we all are, right? Let's keep it brutally honest about that. And it's like, people only post the good stuff. You see people and it's like, wow, she look good, or wow, he's handsome. And it's like, all you see is the good things, but you don't see nothing behind the scenes, you know? So it's like, when you try to compare yourself, that's definitely going to affect your self-love. Like, how much do you love yourself? And it's like, how much do you love yourself? And it's like, and it's hard because it's like, There's a loving yourself is knowing who you are, is treating yourself how you treat others. Like, a lot of people say, and it's so cliche to me, like, what is it, like, treat yourself how you want to be treated, or treat others how you want to be treated. And it's like we say that, and it's like it holds no weight anymore. It's like it's so cliche that we don't even, we goes in one ear and out the other, like we don't even understand the definition of it. But it's like, what is it, like, go in one ear out the other? Humbleness and self-worth, like self-love. How can you expect somebody to love you the way you want to be loved if you don't even know? How can you expect somebody to love you when you don't even love yourself? And that's what I mean. Like, a lot of times we're, like, again, to the beginning, we're looking for things outwards. We're looking for that love. We're looking for that attention. We're looking for that care. We're looking for somebody to be there for us. We're looking for that company with us, when we are our best company. Let's not divorce ourselves to marry someone else. And it doesn't have to be just someone else. A lot of people find fulfillment in their emptiness, not just by finding a relationship, not just by being somebody. A lot of people fall into addiction, bad habits. I'm going to talk about addiction later on this month, and you guys are going to love that one. But we tend to look for things outwards when we should be having it ourselves. And the reality is, it's like, before you start looking, find yourself first. I'm going to repeat that again. Before you guys, myself included, I'm in this, I'm talking to myself now. Before we start looking out there, find it within yourself first. Whatever it is. If you're looking for love, find that love within. If you're looking for happiness, find that happiness within. Question of the day, and this is probably going to be next week's topic. What is the key of happiness? What is your key of happiness? Notice how I reworded that. What is your key of happiness? Because we say, oh, what's the key of happiness? And we take it like it's general, like it's a skeleton key. Like that key opens everybody's doors. No, there is a skeleton key though, and I'm gonna talk about that next week. But the question of the night, what is your personal key to happiness? What is it that keeps that smile on your face? Like this morning I went to get breakfast, right? And I'm at the drive-thru, and Shorty slipped out like, oh man, I'm stressed. I heard it. And I'm like, oh, you said you stressed? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, we all get stressed, right? It's a bad feeling, right? I mean, you probably can't even focus at work right now. The day is long, right? Everything is messed up right now because you're so stressed, right? And she's like, yeah, tell me about it. I was like, I know, I can understand that, but I don't want to tell you that it's gonna be okay. I don't want to tell you that you're not the only one that gets stressed. I don't want to tell you we all have problems. You'll get over it. That's very insensitive to your situation, especially if I don't even know what your situation is. But what I will tell you is this. The difference about being stressed is how you react to it, how you deal with it. Now today you're stressed, like you told me. You could go through your whole day thinking of the issues that you have of why you're stressed. Or you could change your thought habits, and throughout your whole day see if you could try to find a solution, or at least keep your mind off of it if there is none. And I bet you your day is going to be better, and things will fall into place. Because the thing is about, I'm a firm believer in the law of attraction. So if you're always thinking about the worst, if you're always thinking about things not working out, guess what? Eventually things won't work out. How can they work out if you're not even finding a solution? You just focused on the problem. We could be all day talking about whatever, this table ain't level, this table ain't level, this table ain't level. Then we could have a conversation for 8 hours talking about if it would have been leveled this way, it could have been that, and it should be 90 degrees, no, it should be, and we could talk about all of that. And at the end of the day, the table is still not leveled. Because no one said, can we get a level and see what we can do about it? Maybe we could just put a tic tac on one of the legs and it'll be great. It's only off by a centimeter, whatever. I'm just being funny. But let's not focus on the issue. Let's start focusing more on the solution. A lot of issues that we have with self-love and self-worth it's like being accepted by others. Like I told you guys, me as a teenager, I always had an issue of accepting myself for who I am. I wanted people to accept me, but not accept me for who I am, just accept me in any way. So what I ended up developing a sense of humor. Go figure. And that was just a form of me to make people laugh, to get in the end, to be in the cool crowd. Like I used to be the class clown. Anybody that know me in IS302 or PS108, they know I used to be the class clown. I was always cracking jokes and always making people laugh. And that was just like my way of being accepted. That was my way of like feeling good. Now I'm older now. I still love to make people laugh, but just because I love the joy, I feed off of that. I didn't have to tell that woman in this morning like I was stressed too. Like I said, we all stress, right? We could all be stressed. I didn't have to tell her that. But, I put myself out of the equation and focused on her. And then after it, I felt so good about myself. Paying it forward, doing something positive, inspiring others, motivating something, whatever it is, but just doing something positive. And I felt so good about myself that I took that energy, I carried that energy all the way to here and onto this date with myself. Y'all guys mind if I drink a little bit of water? Now, I'm gonna end this with, and I actually got this from Oprah actually said this, and I want to give her credit for that too. I don't like to take people's credit, but it goes like this: you don't have anything to give that you don't have. Oprah said, you do not have anything to give that you do not have. So it's like this: I can't give somebody my love when I don't have it for myself. And it's hard, but it's like, let me see if I could make an example real quick. I don't have nothing to give. You don't have nothing to give if you can't, have it. You can give it to somebody else. So it's like, all right, sure, I'm with Shorty, right? And I like to make her feel good and stuff like that. So I do certain things like out of my love for her. Like I want to do this and I want to do that. But what am I doing it for? Am I doing it for myself or am I doing it for her? So it's like, oh, she likes this and she likes that. She likes flowers, she likes chocolate, whatever. Let me show her a sign of my love and affection towards her. So I give her these flowers, I give her the chocolate, teddy bear, whatever it is. And she's happy and whatever, and she's smiling, and we're good for that moment. And then after, she's still with that feeling of, wow, he loves me. And then now I'm like, where do I am? Was that a moment? Was that just temporary? Understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it's like, you don't have anything to give. Like, you can't give anything that you don't have. That's perfectly simple. How can, oh, you need a menu? I don't have a menu. Oh, I can't give it to you. So I'm gonna need to carry it first. And by the way, we're at Slice in New York, here in Poinciana, Italian and Latin food. I ordered some wings. I wanted my damn wings. What my wings, my buffalo sauce, girl? What stuff at? So that's all I'm saying. Like, you guys tell me how you guys feel. You guys tell me, what's your key of happiness. You guys tell me. I'm about to review the comments in a couple of minutes. On a side note, I want to talk about this. I mentioned this a little bit, and it's just talking about ignore their hearts. A lot of times two people are together, and I'm going to talk about a little bit about relationships, at least like 2 minutes on this. So it's like a lot of people are together, and they're not in a relationship, and they're together, and in every relationship, there's always one that cares more than the other, right? So they're in this relationship, and everything is going good, and everything is going smooth. Now, in this example, let's say that it's the shorty that cares more, and it's the shorty that wants to settle down. But it's always the dude that's fronting. Now, shorty's like, but everything is going good. We don't argue. We don't fight. The sex is great. The time we spend never gets dull. We get along. I like your family likes me, and it's vice versa. And it's like, what is it? What is it? What is it? You're showing me attention. You're showing me attention, of affection, and all of this. Why is it? Because a lot of times we don't. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. A lot of times when we say, like, because we ignore them, and when you ignore somebody, it doesn't always have to be physically. We don't always have to ignore somebody physically. And this is what I mean by that. Okay, so fine, I'm showing Shorty attention. I see the grin on my face because I'm gonna like the ending of this. So we're showing Shorty affection, we're showing her attention and all this and all that. But we know what we're ignoring? Her heart. So it's like we could do everything and everything is cool and all up, but guess what, man? I'm keeping my heart closed. It doesn't matter how things are, it doesn't matter how smooth things are, I'm ignoring your heart. So I'm saying this to spread awareness. If you're in a situation, if you're with somebody and everything is going good and things like that, right? But there's always something holding him or her back. Like, but everything is great. Like, wow, we're even exclusive with each other. How come you still don't want to settle down? What's going on? It's because of that. They're not opening their hearts. They're not opening their emotions. Everything is good because of the pleasure and everything is cool and everything is fine. But I am not going to allow myself to open my heart. Why? Because more than likely, you're just afraid of getting hurt. Because if you wasn't afraid of getting hurt, you would put yourself on that chance and go out there full forward. And that's what love really is. You know, no fear in your heart and just keep moving forward. So again, to end this is find yourself before looking. Find yourself. Who are you? Who you really are before you go looking for somebody else. You know, you want somebody to chill with, you want somebody to vibe with, you want somebody to go on dates with. Do like me. Take yourself out on a date. It's not that bad. Trust me, I'm actually enjoying myself, especially since you guys are here, right? Now, today, let's do this quick food review. Let's see what we got here. We got some wings. Now, oh man, she's lucky. Oh, she's lucky. Oh, she's lucky. What? She didn't even ask. She didn't even ask me what if I wanted blue cheese or ranch. She just came in the clutch with the ranch. That's awesome, because if it would have been blue cheese, I don't care if it's not on the wings, I want it back. You know what? It was a round blue cheese. I don't even want to see it. Let's get it back. Now, being that we at Slice of New York, Italian and Latin foods, you know, it's a little late, you know, I'm watching my figure and things like that. So, you know, I like to do appetizers. So she said, Dike, this is a signature buffalo sauce. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Dike signature buffalo sauce. Mild. Should have gotten it hot. Well, let's go for as far as taste goes. Taste. I still need to savor a little bit more of the buffalo sauce to get a good analysis on it. But as far as the chicken itself goes, let's try that one. Well, the most important thing is that the chicken is cooked. It's juicy, it's flavorful, it's tender. It peels right off of the bone. I'm over here thinking for another one. Okay, there's that buffalo sauce kicking in my esophagus back there. Now, I don't know if I don't know if I'm hungry because all I ate was breakfast, or if it's really good, but all I know is pretty darn good. Gotta be cooked all the way. She brings the celery and all this. Sounds good. So let's see what else. As far as the review goes, taste is good. Taste is great. Taste is flavorful. The atmosphere around here, as y'all can see, is pretty chill. It's pretty laid back. I could definitely recommend this spot if you want to take your shorty out, if you want to take yourself out, if you want to take your family out, if you want to take your kids out and things like that. You're looking for lunch or dinner. This is definitely a good spot, especially if you're in the Pulciana area. As far as the atmosphere, told them to turn the music off. I don't need that around me on the live and the TV off. So yeah, they do got music and they do got a TV. They probably turn it on once I leave. Family oriented place. a little rustic theme. I like the bricks on it, so it feels like you're almost like in I would say like a New York barbecue or something like that. Service. She came here 3 times, shorty. First time was to give me the menu, asked what I wanted to drink. I prayed to in my order. She came in the second time, I guess when the appetizers was almost done. She came in the second time, she asked if I'm okay and if I need anything, if I want anything else to eat. Then she came through with the wings, with the actual appetizer, what I ordered. And then she asked me if I needed anything else. For me personally, that's great. If she came one more time, that's fine. If she came 2 more times, I'm telling her to leave me alone. Straight up, you don't have to check on me that much. You don't have to check on me that much. I'm trying to enjoy my food, right? So service, I definitely like the service as well. Let's go for the prices. Let's see what prices we got. Let's see how the prices go. How much is it gonna break your pockets? You know what? This is common. This is general. This is in the market as far as like look, you could get like chicken breast and a slice of New York grilled chicken breast topped with large shrimp. Not shrimp for me. $16.99, so, and it includes 1 side. I'll probably eat that all week. That's a lot of food right there. I definitely like to recommend it. So if you guys, I should tag it since they got a Facebook apparently. I'm gonna tag them so you guys can check it out and things like that. Now, before I end this live, what we got here talking? What we got? Must be cooked all the way. Eat with your mouth closed. It's hard to eat with your mouth closed when you're talking at the same time. Celery sticks, yes, we got celery sticks. I think I'm in love with someone. But we talk a lot. But well, we won't say it is weird. Okay, I think I'm in love with someone, and I think that's a little typo there. But we talk a lot. But we won't say it's weird. I think I'm in love with somebody. I think I'm in love with somebody. Back to the point, man. It's like, that's great. That's awesome. That you think you're in love with somebody. That's awesome. That's great. I'm not gonna take anything away from that. That's a wonderful and a beautiful and a great feeling to have. What I'm gonna say is, be in love with yourself first, and then all that wouldn't matter. When you love yourself first, you know what it is that you need to tolerate, and you know what it is. You know what your value is. You know, it's a thin line between humble and self-worth, and it's almost like a paradox, because it's like you're humble, you'd be like, I'm not that important, and you know, like I'm not better than anybody. But then it messes with the self-worth, because it's like, if you don't think you're better than anybody, then how do you know what your value is? How do you know what to charge? You know, your company or business, whatever it is, right? So it's like, it's a paradox. So within that paradox, let's have this. Let's have a little balance of humbleness and your self-worth. What else we got here? Okay, so next week we're gonna talk about this. What's good? It's been a minute, man. A New York minute. I appreciate everybody. Quick shout out. What's up, Selena? Tanisha, KZ, Chris, in the studio with the Rec Boys. Keith, Diana, T, Diohene, my brother not from another mother, actually brothers. Look at brother. Janet, Kendra, Rod, Aneta, Jennifer, everybody here, man. If y'all feel like sharing it, Y'all be helping me out, but I'm not here to force anybody. I find that annoying. Share it if y'all feel like sharing it. I definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. And next week is gonna be this. I asked today, what's your key of happiness? So next week, I'm going to talk about this. The skeleton key for happiness. Now, I've said that we all have our own keys for ourselves. I've said that. Cool. I'm talking about the skeleton key. What's one thing that we can all focus on that will help all of us live a happier life? Thank everybody for tuning in. I love you guys all. I am Stitches NBC. This is Brutally Honest, and I will, God willing, be back live. Probably not here. Probably somewhere else, maybe in the studio. We'll see where it goes, you know. Next week, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Remember one thing, or 2 things. Be yourself, and life is balanced. Be yourself, love yourself, and before you are looking for acceptance from other people, accept yourself first, And then, you like how I posted. I don't care. I'd rather you hate me for who I am than love me for who I'm not. Accept me for who I am. Whether you accept me or not, as long as I'm true to myself, I'll be just fine. I love you guys all. Thank you guys all for the support. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you all. God bless.